But like that tonight, yeah, it's going down like that. Everything is good. Let's go. Oh, yo, let's go. So how y'all feeling, man? Yo, we back. We right back at it like we never left. And even if we do leave, we'll always be right back at it. Don't you see? It's gonna be y'all right. We do it like this for the rest of the night. Yeah, we keep it tight. Daily, no. Oh, Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Let's go now. And that's how it's going down, baby. Yeah. And it's the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. We got it down like you know. How y'all feeling, man? Urban Therapy with Sun Show on this Sunday morning, the 29th of the month. Yo, March is almost up out of here. March is always almost up out of here. And that's a crazy thing because we haven't heard a lot of good things about 2020 so far. A lot of people have been going crazy talking about 2020 and what it has had to offer us so far. A lot of people are disenchanted with the way this year is going, but we still gotta rock out, and it's gonna be y'all right. That's what it's all about. Yeah, but it's gonna be y'all right. You know how we do when it's the night or the day. Hey, it's gonna be okay. Yeah, we gonna make it that way. Yo, the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, y'all. The Urban Therapy with Sun Show. We do this thing on a Sunday morning, and it is Sunday morning. So let's get that popping. Let's get that popping. Popping. Let's go. It's gonna be y'all right. It's gonna be okay. Hey. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be y'all right. You know how we do. Yo, the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, and I'm your host, Sun752. And now today on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, we are talking about orange and blue. Orange and blue. We know what orange is. Orange represents Donald Trump, and blue represents the Republican Party, the GOP. What y'all know? We talking about this here. It's going down, baby. So we're going to try to figure out if a Trump supporter represents the Republican Party, or do they just represent Donald Trump? Because it seems to me like Donald Trump has pretty much heisted the Republican Party, and they look a lot different than they used to look. Now, whether you are a Democrat or a Republican, I think that it's a pretty good argument that the face of the Republican Party being replaced with Donald Trump has changed the way we look at them. We may not have agreed with their ideals from the beginning, but it wasn't like that. They were different than this. This is crazy. It's something that you never wanted to see. You're now here are we. Word up, see? And it's going crazy, energetic, or lazy. You can't phase me. And what about you? Yo, this what we gonna do. Don't you know? Oh, it's gonna be all right, y'all. So let's rock. Let's rock, y'all. Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Yo, T. Carey Wright is in the house. T. Carey Wright, how you feeling, ma? Yo, it's good to see you. I am glad to see me some you. So boy, build and destroy. Boy, build and destroy. What's going on, boy? How you feeling, boy? So we're about to rock out. We're about to rock out with the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. So let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. We do this every single Sunday morning from 11 o'clock till around 12:30-ish. And the reason that we say 12:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is a Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, bust it up. Go back and forth with each other. We play on the monkey bars and the swings and push each other up the sliding board. We work it out. We take an introspective look into our own behavior to see how we project out into the rest of the world and see how we measure up. So we try to get to know ourselves in relation to how we project ourselves to the rest of the universe. I am your host, Sun752, aka Omar with the rrr. And if you can't say Omar with the rrr, well, then you just say Omar with the R. It's going down. How y'all feeling? I'm glad that y'all are around. True. So we talking about orange and blue today. Orange and blue. Yeah, orange and blue, baby. So orange. Well, I mean, people may chuckle when they hear me describe the orange as being Donald Trump, but I don't think that you can really deny that the cat is always tanned, and he has tanned himself so much that he does not have the regular features of a Caucasian man. He looks orange. And like he's tinted. He's not tanned. Like tanned is a color. It's a hue. This cat is orange. But I'm not here to diss him on that front. I'm here to just to identify the 45th president of the United States and some of his characteristics as it relates to his party. Now we know that the GOP party, the grand old party, that's what GOP stands for those of y'all who don't know. GOP stands for the grand old party, the good old party, grand old party, good old party. You know what I mean? It seems simple enough, right? It actually sounds like something that's a good thing. And for many black people, it was a good thing. The GOP, the Republican Party, is the party that was responsible for freeing the slaves. It was the party that was responsible for the Emancipation Proclamation. So had it not been for the Republican Party, then black people today may have, well, I don't know about today because it could have turned out different later on. But at that time, in the late 1800s, in the 19th century, the grand old party, the GOP, the Republican Party, they wanted to do away with slavery. Now, don't get it twisted about the reason that they wanted to do away with slavery. They wanted to do away with slavery because you couldn't have slavery if you were going to join the Union. So, don't start thinking that Abraham Lincoln cared about black people, because he didn't. He didn't have black people's interests at heart at all. What he did have was an interest in trying to unite the country to become the United States instead of the Union and the South. It was the Confederate States of America, and you had the blue states. So, that's how that went. So, Civil War and all that, blah, 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 blah. I'm just trying to give a little bit of information about the Republican Party and where they came from and where they have ended up, because they look a lot different than they used to look. Black people used to actually be more black people used to belong to the Republican Party than the Democratic Party. The Democrats used to be the ones, lynching people down south and responsible for the KKK and all that Jim Crow South and all of that kind of stuff. The Democrats were the racists before. They changed a lot of their stance when they started developing programs that serve the people more. But don't get it twisted. No matter what, black interests were never at the forefront of what they were interested in changing or developing or improving. But Franklin Delano Roosevelt was a Democrat, and he brought forth the New Deal, which got us up out of depression, out of the Great Depression. So, like I said, I'm just giving y'all a little information, a little background, a little history on where the GOP comes from before we start really getting into this, because we get it twisted. And if you don't study history, you'll start thinking that the Democrats were always one way and that Republicans were always another way. No, Republicans have always been conservative. So when I say conservative, they have always been interested in, ideologically, they've always been interested in working for what I'm being compensated for what they work for, smaller government and moral and a system of morality. So they believed in prayer in schools. They believed in marriage being between a man and a woman only. There are a lot of things about that the Republican Conservative Party believes in that black people, or me and you, believe in ourselves. But they also believe in a lot of separation. So the Republican Party of old is not the Republican Party today. And the Democratic Party of old is not the Democratic Party of today. So it looks like they've changed. They've switched sides. It looks like the Democrats have become more like what the Republicans used to be, and the Republicans look more like what the Democrats used to be. But there's more to it. There's a lot more to it. So let's get into it. Um, hold on. Queen Monica is all up in the house. Queen Monica, all up in the house. How you feeling, man? And she said, "I see your new mic is working. A new mic? A mic? There's a new mic around here. I didn't see any new. Oh, 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 a new mic. Oh, I. The Lord sent me this mic. I came down here this morning. I was like, I thought it was me. I thought I was tripping. New mic. But good looking out, Queen Monica. And also Emily Dunlap in the house. I said it. Emily, good to see me some you. And Valerie Green is all up in here. It's good to see you. And it's good to be seen. So as we proceed to give you what you need. So yeah, like Republicans have always believed in Christian values, the Christian right, and things like that. Now, you know, I'm not trying to diss anybody's religion or anything like that, but you know that historically a lot of atrocities have been committed in this world in the name of religion, particularly Christian religion. The Christian religion is pretty much solely responsible for chattel slavery in America, in the Americas. When I say the Americas, I mean North America, where we live, Canada, Central America, South America, and the Caribbean. All of that. That's all Christian values that gave them the justification to enslave us and practice brutality against us. So, you know, they have that history with the blood on their hands. For those who didn't participate in that or didn't believe in that, those who live by the Bible weren't the ones who used that justification in order to justify slavery. What they did was they lived their lives according to the Bible and tried to treat every man equally and blah, 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 blah. But the bottom line is Republicans have always believed that the Christian way was the right way, that the godly way was the right way. So they believed in prayer in schools. They believed in protecting country. They believed in boys wearing blue and girls wearing pink. And they didn't believe in like homosexuality and all that kind of stuff. Even though you know that in practice, well, there's a whole lot of hypocrisy and a whole lot of things that we talk about. But particularly when we're talking about the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. So that's where the Republicans have not changed to this day. They still believe in those things. They believe in pro-life. They believe in they don't believe in gay marriage. Democrats believe in that. The Democrats have become more liberal in their approach. So they believe that they believe in bigger government. They believe that everyone should have an equal chance to succeed. They're supposed to believe in taking care of the elderly and the poor and those who are disenfranchised and giving them a decent shot. Does it really work out that way? I don't think so. Do they exploit the people that they say that they're trying to save or help? Absolutely. But a lot of black people gravitated to the Democratic Party, and we are pretty much the face of the Democratic Party, and it's very hard to win an election, a Democratic election, if you don't get black people up in the mix. Very, very hard to do that. So what we're here to talk about this morning on the Urban Therapy with Son show is orange and blue. Orange and blue. Donald Trump versus the Democrats. Donald Trump is orange and the Democrats are blue. There's a reason why I didn't say red versus blue, because, you know, Republicans represent the red, the elephant, the red and the elephant. So they are the red states are Republican states and the blue states are Democratic states. Now, the reason that I didn't say red versus blue is because I'm really here to question this. Are we mad at the Democrats or are we mad at Donald Trump? I'm sorry, y'all. Are we mad at the Republicans or are we mad at Donald Trump? I don't really think that we're mad at the GOP. I think that we're mad at them in relation to Donald Trump because he has become the face of that party. And no other president before had become the face of that party. We are living in unprecedented times. We are seeing things that are unheard of and things that we had never seen before, and it's being pretty much rammed down our throat. It's being pushed in our face and it's being rammed down our throat, and we don't like the looks of it. We don't like the feel and taste of it. Carol Chamberlain, mi favorita. Carol Chamberlain, mi favorita is all up in the house. How you feeling? My good to see me some you. And she says, I'm mad at him because they follow him. I'm glad you said that because that's what we really want to talk about this morning. Do they really follow him, Carol? Like, I'm finding it hard to believe that all of those Republicans believe in what he believes in. It's hard for me to accept that they believe in all of the things that he says, because if you notice, they never repeat what he says. They just try to cover up for what he says. I'm thinking if they believe in what he said and if they agree with what he says, then they would repeat what he says. They don't do that. What they do is they try to flip it and bounce it and skew it and deflect from what he said so it doesn't seem so bad, because it's bad. And what he says is probably not as bad as what he means, but he is definitely living his lyrics. Do y'all understand what I mean by when I say he's living his lyrics? You know how like on rap records, you know, they talk about keeping it real. Don't be talking about drugs and gangster shit and all of that if you're not living that kind of life, because you are encouraging other people to do that shit. You are influencing other people to do that shit because they think that you do it, and then they wind up going and trying to do it and it doesn't work for them. So if you ain't living those lyrics, don't spit those lyrics. He seems to be living that shit that he spits. As ridiculous as it is, it's pretty obvious to see that he lives within his own mind. I don't think that the other people who follow him live in their own mind. Other people know how to conduct themselves. This cat doesn't. And it's hard for me to believe that they really are on his side. Like they really are going for that shit that he's doing. I mean, some of them evidently are blind to his rhetoric and his intentions and his agenda. Many have fed into it. But can it be all of them, y'all? Think about it. When he was going through the primary process, when he was beating the Republican candidates to be nominated to run up against Hillary, they were not down with him. It is pretty much safe to say that the American people got Donald Trump elected. The GOP was not behind him. They took, remember in 2016, they looked at him like he was a joke. Like, ain't no way he gonna beat no Hillary with that craziness he talking. Remember? It seems like a distant memory now, but it's the truth. They wanted Ted Cruz to beat him, but Ted Cruz couldn't beat him. So once he wound up winning the nomination, they had to get behind him. But remember, he was messing up as the nominee. All that shit about the shit that he said about grabbing the pussy and all of that kind of stuff. Remember, Mike Pence was ready to bounce. Like, yo, I'm out of here. Don't y'all remember? He was ready to bounce. He was about to be out. Like, oh my God, what have I got myself into? What have I gotten myself into? That's how he was feeling. That's how they were all feeling, like, ugh. But they stood behind him because they had to. And what they didn't know, maybe some of them did know it, but he was building up this following of the alt-right, racists that had put a lot of their outright racist antics on the shelf. He invited them to come out like, yo, I'm going to allow y'all to say nigga again in public. I'm going to get it popping. If you think about it, that's what they gained, because you have to ask yourself, Republican, you have to ask yourself, why do poor and middle class Republicans follow Donald Trump? His tax, why do they follow the GOP? Why do they follow the Republican Party? The Republican Party takes care of rich people. That's how it's designed. They design their party to take care of the rich, the elite, those who are very wealthy. So you have to ask yourself, what do these rednecks get out of following the Republican Party? Well, one of the things that they have gotten out, so there are a few things that I've already mentioned that they get out of it. One of the things that they get out of it is that the religious ideals, if they follow their religion closely, especially if they're Christians, then the Republican Party is where you want to be, because they follow the certain things in the Bible, even if they only deal with certain verses and chapters and books in the Bible. They do believe, they believe in marriage between a man and a woman. They believe in family values. They believe in church and state, separation of church and state, but they believe in church. They believe in worship. They believe in God. They believe in God's plan. Real Republicans, that's what they believe in. Besides the money getting, big business Republicans, they believe that this is God's country, even if they're committing devilish acts within it. Things like borders, immigration and all of that. They, how they are when it comes to immigration, but they had to adjust to some immigration policies too under George W. Bush. George W. Bush wasn't so hard on immigration. I mean, he was the governor of Texas before, so he had to be open to immigration in relation to Hispanics. They were coming right through his borders. His borders. Valley Green says, I'm mad at them for being complacent. I don't know if they're complacent. They seem very spirited to me. You know what I mean? Says, then why are they afraid to speak out against them and speak their own truth? I don't think that they get a chance to speak their own truth, because one thing that Republicans have always done that Democrats don't do is Republicans stick together. They will handle their own family business. They're not going to put it out there on the media and be going against each other. Think about it. So I'm almost 50. Some of y'all older than me. If you follow politics throughout your lifetime, you will not see any era where Republicans have gone against each other, but you will see events and times in every era where the Democrats have openly gone against each other. The GOP don't play that, and they still don't play that. So whether they like what's going on or not, they recognize the value of remaining in power. So their thing is, we'll rock out and we'll fix it from within, and we still getting what we want. We just don't like the way it's looking, because he's gonna mess it up for the next election and the midterm elections. He's messing it up for the midterm elections, but they like, well, we still got the crown. And as long as he's protecting the money, which he is, they all right with that. I mean, they have to take the good with the bad. But the Republicans didn't used to make the type of mistakes that they do now. Historically, they just didn't do that. They just didn't. Just saying whatever they want. They want, as if they were untrained, as if they were uncouth, as if they were just reckless in the way that they verbalize things and the things that they say. They didn't do that. They didn't. When George W. Bush was president, we didn't like some of the stupid things that he said, but we just considered him to be stupid. Not the things that he said, really. He didn't make a whole bunch of verbal gaffes the way Donald Trump does. And Donald Trump doesn't even look at it like there was a gaffes. He look at him like, shit, yeah, I meant what I said. Or if he don't like what he said, he'll just act like he never said it. But it's on tape. He won't acknowledge it, though. Like, So I think that the people who are close to him, look like they are following him like sheep. But look at the other part, y'all. Look at how many of his appointees have left his administration. And this is his first term. And they have all come out against him when they left. Like, yo, this dude is an idiot. Like, we are in big trouble. Didn't they all say that? Rex Tillerson. What was it? Rex Tillerson. He was the Secretary of State. He bounced. He was like, "Yo, you bugging." Rex Tillerson. What's that ugly ass Republican? Steve Banner. Steve Banner. Was it Steve Banner? It's Steve. Do I have his last name right? Banner. Steve Banner. He left, and even though he vowed to still represent Donald Trump, he didn't. He said, like, yo, this boy ain't on a level. And Steve Banner, if that's his last name, Banner. It's something Bannon. Something would be. He went at Donald Trump for the most part. Like, his top officials have bounced on him. And they've said that, yo, this is not a good look. Judges, many appointees have left. You know what? Let's do this. Because we can get hold on. Let's do it like this. Let's just go ahead and Google it. Let's go ahead and get our Google on. Can we Google? We gonna Google. We gonna Google. That's what we gonna do. We gonna Google. Hold on.
According to dating tips, Match.com, the difference between a confident and a conceited person is largely his level of self-esteem.
Shut up.
A confident person believes that he is capable and worthy.
How? No, wait.
Here's a matching video.
List of appointees that have left the Trump administration.
I found 15 on Wikipedia. Here are the first 3. Dina Powell, Nadia Shadlow, and Bill McGinley.
All right. Yo, this is a lot of people. List of appointees that have left the Trump administration. All right, let's go. Yo, this is crazy right here. This is crazy. All right. Let's run it down. It was Steve Bannon. My fault. Not Banner. Steve Bannon. I knew it was something like that. All right. Hold on, y'all. In a minute, I'm gonna read y'all. I'm gonna read y'all comments. But let me get to this list. Here we go. Start at the top. Reince Priebus. January 20th, 2017. His tenure may be considered the shortest in office history, excluding Interim appointments of James Baker's separate tenures, chief of staff under two presidents, Ronald Reagan and George Bush, are combined. Baker only served 150 days as Bush's chief of staff. So Reince Priebus was chief of staff. Then you have John F. Kelly. He was the chief of staff. And then you had Mick Mulvaney. He left March 7th, this month, 2020. Mick Mulvaney. 3 chiefs of staff. All right, keep going. All right, you have the principal deputy chief of staff. Oh, no, wait. I don't care about these people. Hold on. Let's get to this is a lot of people. Because Steve Bannon was senior counselor to the president and White House strategist. And he left August 18th, 2017. Who else? Dina Powell, Nadia Shadlow, Bill McKinley. Hold on. Because they have them in order of when they left. This is crazy. This is crazy. Where's John Bolton, September 10th, 2019. KT McFarland, May 19th, 2017. I was looking for Rex Tillerson. But there's so many, y'all. Do you really yo, this is crazy. Sean Spicer. Listen, even Sarah Huckabee Sanders. And remember, she used to have to defend all of that crazy stuff he used to say. All right. Anyway, all right. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'll put it in the comments. But that's a lot of people. And these people were directly getting paid from that administration. So some of them left. Most of them left. Some of them were fired. So if the people that are right next to him don't agree with his way of life and they left before it really, really got hot, I don't think that the regular townspeople who really just want to live their lives, go to work, live peacefully amongst each other or not, whatever. I don't think that they agree with all of that shit that he does. Listen, even the alt-right, even outright racists be mad at Donald Trump. Like, yo, why don't he just go ahead and do the racist shit, full time? Neo-Nazis and the alt-right, they like, come on, man. When you gonna shout us out? Why you don't be shouting us out? TK Wright says, wait a minute. TK Wright says, unless you are rich, none of us are really benefiting from either party. That's true. It's always the decision is to choose between the lesser of two evils. This says chose. The decision to choose between the lesser of two evils. Okay. Carol Chamberlain says, so this is handling their own business. TK Wright says, Republicans will do or accept anything as long as they win. That's true. That's true. All right. Okay, TK Wright says, dude, Bush said that zebras have spots, or was it leopards having stripes? I mean, when I say stupid things, I'm talking about things that involve other people. Like, yeah, people question his intelligence, like George W. Bush's intelligence, a lot. What I mean by said stupid things, I mean stupid things that Like at least George Bush would be like, yo, I mean, what I was trying to say was I'm trying to clarify. You know what I mean? Like there was an innocence about George W. Bush, even though, you know, starting the Iraq war and Afghanistan and all of that. But there was a certain innocence about him, which I think is why he got away with a lot of stuff. But we never really felt like George W. Bush was the one pulling the strings. We always felt like, you know, there was somebody out there other than that running the country, because we didn't think that he was smart enough to do it. And we kind of believe that about Donald Trump too. We thinking like, there's no way that, I mean, when you really just think about it, and just in terms of time, like how can the president of the United States have enough time to get in Twitter wars? How can he watch that much TV? How can he be obsessed with being on TV all the time? How does he get involved in things that are so much smaller than that office? How can he do his job effectively when he's involved in so many insignificant things? I mean, you know, small squabbles and things like that. How does he do it? But he doesn't really represent any Republican values. Think about it. Besides money, what Republican value does he represent? He doesn't go to church. You don't hear him talking about God and all that kind of stuff. It's amazing that the evangelicals, as they call them, you know, support this guy. But they've backed off like, yo, man, you bugging. We can't get with that mess. You tripping. You making everybody look bad. Carol Chamberlain says more ignorance than innocence. Okay, I'll go for that. TK Wright says, yes, Cheney was running the country, not Bush. We all believe that because it made sense that Dick Cheney was running it, not him. It had to be a machine behind him. Maybe. Listen, I've never accepted that George W. Bush was dumb or stupid or lacking intelligence. You can't be stupid and become president of the United States. I'm sorry. That's not one of those things that just anybody can do. I know we say that shit like anybody can. No, anybody can't. No, anybody can't. The reason that Barack Obama was able to get elected is because he was elite, because he was above, because he was smarter than other people, because he was better than other people, because he was more skilled and talented and charismatic than other people. Everybody can't do what he does. Everybody can't do what George W. Bush did. Even if you argue that he stole the election from Al Gore. Well, Al Gore should have won outright. It should have never came down to Florida. Should have never came down to that. Should have been able to win it outright. He faded off into the sunset. Number two, didn't even try to run again in 2008. That means something. Why wouldn't you try to run again, Al? What's good? You missed it by this much. But you have to be smart just to get people around you that will co-sign your bullshit. You're not going to do that by being a dummy. So Donald Trump is not qualified to be president of the United States, but he finagled that shit. He won. And he did it with a strategy. Whether we appreciate the strategy or not, that's besides the point. He did have a strategy about mobilizing his supporters. He still does that. He may not know shit about foreign affairs or raising the morale of a country or even the day-to-day activities that a leader is supposed to exemplify as far as politics are concerned. He's able to run his own company, but he's not able to run this country effectively. But he managed to get in that office. And many people believe that he's doing it to death. So when we say orange and blue, when we say Donald Trump versus the Republicans, Donald Trump versus the Democrats, I don't think that Donald Trump I don't think that the Democrats are going against the Republicans. I think that they're going against Donald Trump. I think that Donald Trump is clearly going against the Democrats. Democrats are people, so are Republicans. You know, anybody with any sense of decency, anybody with any really decent sense, they can't co-sign that shit that he does and says. They just can't. But they do because they are Trump supporters. I think that there's a difference between a Trump supporter and a Republican. I don't think that Republicans and Trump supporters are the same thing. If you really think about it, look at how Obama supporters were. All of us didn't believe in all of that stuff that Obama did. I know I didn't, and other people like me didn't. There were plenty of Democrats that wasn't down with all of that LGBTQ shit that he co-signed. I don't believe in that gay marriage shit or any of that shit. But I liked him. I was an Obama supporter. I'm registered as a Democrat, but I don't believe in most of this shit about the Democratic Party. Y'all hear me bitching about the Democrats all the time. You know, this shit with welfare, you know, the imbalance of power, and how Democrats just exploit black people and exploit welfare in order to get votes. And they do. They do. So it's an actual fact that can barely be denied. You can't really deny it. They exploit black people. They use them for their votes, and then they don't do shit for them. I don't agree with that shit. And all that bleeding heart liberal, I don't believe in none of that shit. No. You know, pro-life, pro-choice. I believe in pro-choice, but not all the way. Not like, you know, a woman has the right to decide, you know, what she's going to do with her body. Slow down. No, I don't agree all the way with that. If that's my baby inside that woman in her body, I don't have no say so. If she wants to terminate a pregnancy, I can't say shit. Oh yeah, all right. No, I don't think I accept that. Now, do I believe on a pro-life side? Like, no, every baby has to make it into this world. My point is that just like there are plenty of Democrats that don't agree with everything that is part of the Democratic agenda, I don't believe that all Republicans believe everything that's part of the Republican agenda. Now, I'm not trying to start a Republican voter drive. Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying switch parties and vote for the motherfuckers. And I'm not saying that we should embrace them or like them. But I think that we should identify them. The same way that we wouldn't want to be labeled and lumped into one category, I don't think that we should label and lump all of them into any category, because once we start doing that, then we start opening up the door for it to be done by us, done to us, and then we break down the communication. There's going to be a communication breakdown that we all experience, and none of us want to be a part of. So I don't really want to do that. T. Carey Wright says, I feel like Trump won because he took the opportunity to do what Obama did as far as rallying a certain demographic. He knew that he wouldn't win the hearts of the same people. She also says, so Trump capitalized off of the minds of all the people that were mad at Obama. I'm mad that Obama won in the first place. And that's true, because he was mad that Obama won. He was mad, and he can't keep the man's name out of his mouth. And we've never seen a president do that before. We've never seen a president carry on about the previous president while he's 3 years into his presidency. 3.5. We've never seen anything like that. We've never seen anything remotely close to that. So we're not all We don't accept that, and it's hard for me to believe that all Republicans accept that. The ones who do accept it are Trump supporters. I don't think that they're conservatives. I don't think that they're really the type of Republicans that we have known and grown used to. Cal Chamberlain says, facts, Taki. He tries to destroy anything that he accomplished. Yeah. Anything. He wants to destroy that image. It ain't gonna work. It's already done. You know, whether you're talking about Obamacare, NATO, whether you're talking about, I will give him one thing. One thing I have to give to him is that the LGBTQ has had to take a back seat since Trump got in office, especially, and I think I think that's because of Mike Pence, because Mike Pence don't play that gay shit. So if I'm going to be satisfied with any part of the Trump administration, is that part. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. Because I ain't heard a peep out of the LGBTQ since 2016. I'm like, yes, get the fuck out of here with y'all bullshit. Because they gets none. Under Obama, they got everything. Under Trump, you get, don't even ask. No, the answer is no. Whatever programs y'all still have going left over from the Obama administration, y'all better rock with that. Don't ask for nothing new, because you ain't getting it. They was asking for something new every time you turned around. The LGBTQ was on TV like Donald Trump is on TV. Think about it. They were on TV with their causes daily, every single day. I'm talking every single day, every single day, every day. Every day they got on my nerves. Every day on my nerves. I was tired of seeing that shit, you heard? So, orange and blue. Donald Trump versus the Democrats. Donald Trump versus the Democrats. Is that what we're working with? Is that what we're seeing? Is that what's on the line? Is every Democrat? No. Is every Republican a Trump supporter? If we look at TV, we'll think that it is, that they are. And when we talk to some of those Trump supporters, see, Trump supporters are different than the GOP. They're different. They're different. They're different. And if y'all don't believe what I said, about, and Taki said this too, about Republicans sticking together no matter what, you never hear Republicans come out against other Republicans. They don't do that. Proof that Democrats do that. Look at the way fucking slave Smiley. I'm sorry, Tavis Slave Smiley, Tavis Slave Smiley, and Hornell West. Look at the way they did Obama when he was in office. Look at how they did him. Look at how they did their brother. Look at how they did him. Tell me I'm lying. They have nothing good to say about the first black president of our era. Nothing. Hornell West and Tavis Slave Smiley. I'll still never fuck with them ever again because of that shit. Ever. They could come and drop a sack of $100 bills on my doorstep. I'm going to take the money inside, but I ain't saying thank you. But that's what Democrats do. They're not cohesive like that. They are not united that way. That being liberal means that they can say and feel the way that they want to say, even in the most improbable and inopportune circumstances. Carol Chamberlain says, and now you don't hear a peep out of them. It's like they're hiding. You talking about the LGBTQ or Hornell West and Tavis Slave Smiley? TK Wright says, if nothing else, they could have said that he was intelligent and strategic. They did him dirty, and they had a lot of influence. They did that man dirty to the point where Michael Eric Dyson was like, man, I can't fuck with y'all. Like y'all dirty, son. Like think about it. Michael Eric Dyson said, I'm cool. I'm not doing that. That shit y'all doing. We not doing that, dog. We not doing that. Carol Chamberlain says, and Tavis has been fired from PBS for sexual harassment. I know. And when that happened to him, I did the Democratic thing. Like, yeah. Oh, bitch ass nigga, that's what you get. Oh, bitch ass nigga, that's what you get. President Obama was not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But you can't tell me that every black person shouldn't have got behind Barack Obama. Are you crazy? The image alone. The image alone. Stop playing with me. They couldn't let that man rock out and pave the way for the next man. They couldn't do that. He did it successfully anyway. But come on, man. He should have, man, black people should have been like this. Like, I may not agree, but you ain't gonna know about it. We'll keep that in the walls of our homes. We ain't gonna be shouting to the rooftops or going on no TV show talking about that. And that's exactly what Hornell West and Tavis Slave Smiley did. Fuck out of here. Carol Chamberlain says, me too. Absolutely. Yeah. It was crazy. So, I mean, people get they just desserts. But we talking about orange and blue. The color of the Knicks. The New York Knicks, orange and blue. I mean, that orange dude, he's from New York. Queens, he says. I'm like, he was from the real Queens, or was he from Long Island? He must have been from not Far Rockaway. He must have been just far away Queens. He kept going up the Van Wyck and didn't stop. You keep going up the Van Wyck, by the time you get to JFK, is JFK, is that considered to be in Queens? LaGuardia is no question in Queens. But that JFK shit far, man. Is that shit in Long Island? Is that shit really in Long Island? I don't know. Carol Chamberlain says, West used to be all over the internet. Now he's in a hole hiding from everyone. Punk ass. And he got a white wife. You know that shit? Talking all that black shit to his white wife. Give me a break, Hornell. That's another Democratic ideal that I don't agree with. Interracial relationships. I ain't with that shit. Never been. Shit. Even the people who are in interracial relationships in my family, they know I don't fuck with that. Like, look, man. Look, you do. Look, they say love don't have no color. It do when I love, though. TK Wright says it's in Jamaica, Queens. Oh, that shit far. You gotta go all the way. Wait. Okay, it's in Queens, I guess. I don't know. I think Queens is stealing some Long Island territory. They stealing some Long Island territory. You go up 495, going up to Long Island. off the Van Wyck. Off the Van Wyck. No, that's on Grand Central Parkway. My bad. Off the Grand Central. Off the Grand Central. Anyway. So, you know, I'm not even really sure if I'm pushing the envelope about what this show was about. Are y'all following me? This is the Urban Therapy with Son show. You know what I'm saying? Orange and blue. Donald Trump versus the Democrats. Now, I said Donald Trump versus the Democrats. I'm not sure if we're talking about the Democrats versus Donald Trump, but I think that that's the way it is. We need to get Donald Trump out of office. Most people want Donald Trump out of office. The GOP, many people who are part of the GOP, this unpredictability and all of this just willy-nilly, all out, crazy, off the wall, unexpurgated activity. You know, they don't want it like this. The economy being good is one thing, but at what price have we settled on this price that we are paying to stay in power? T. Carey Wright says, white wife or not, he's still a black man with black man experiences. And he did just what a black man would do. He sold out another black man. That's my look like that dog that be like, bitch, didn't you hear me barking? Bitch, didn't you hear me barking? The landlord just knocked on the door. We're following. Donald Trump represents the Republican Party, Republicans, but truly he stands alone. He does. Like I said, he does not like the GOP. The Republicans believe in family values. You hardly ever see him with his family. You don't even see him with Ivanka or Jared Kushner. Well, Jared Kushner is his son-in-law, but you know, you don't even see him with Donald Trump Jr. no more. Like, you don't see him. You don't see him with his wife. You've never seen a president where you didn't see them with their wives and children consistently. You don't see him with that. He don't represent that. It's all about him. He's in front of the camera all the time. Him. Everything is him. No. So for real though. Bitch, didn't you see? Bitch almost bit you. Yo, where's your weave and makeup? Yeah, man. You know, like, yeah, that Donald Trump stuff. Listen, I don't know what they're going to finagle. I don't know what kind of rabbit this cat is going to pull out of his hat, you know. But I know cats. Look, that's myself included. Like, yeah. I'm gonna have to participate in the presidential election this year. Yeah, because I woo. If for no other reason that I can't take the way he makes a whole country of people feel, one way or another, the stress and the threat that he represents to my people, I can't take it. I can't take it. He just makes you feel uncomfortable. And there's nothing worse than somebody who's not even directly in your presence making you uncomfortable about your life. And that's what he has managed to do. It's bad. So for the nervous system of and the circulatory system, or should I say the cardiovascular system of of my people. We got to get this cat up out of there. Even, yeah, he's got to go. He has got to go, because I don't know if mentally and emotionally we can deal with another 4 years. Because if this cat is this reckless during his first term, can you imagine what he's going to be like on his second one? Can you imagine what his second term would be like for us? Can you possibly imagine that? By the way, is the mic still sounding good? Am I cutting in and out? Because what I'm hearing in my studio may be a little different than what y'all hearing. But I'm hearing like show. I noticed that the stream can sometimes be a little broken in certain parts. And I wonder if y'all heard what I said. It may make me want to just like repeat certain shit. I might gotta repeat some stuff. But yeah, man, you know, Trump supporters are different from Republicans. Republicans believe in church, they believe in God, they believe in family, they believe in small government, they believe in and working for a decent wage. They believe in you get everything that you work for. Okay, T. Carey Wright said the mic is great. The video paused a couple of times, but we hear you. Okay, all right. Because I'm hearing, you know, like I'm gonna make sure that we all right. Okay, so yeah, like I don't know. I just question whether what we're seeing is what we're getting in terms of what a Republican looks like to us. Like are we allowing our prejudices towards the president of the United States to cloud our judgment against a whole party, a whole political party? Is that what's happening to us? Because it could very well be that. But is that what it is? Is that what it is? Has he taken away our ability to look at the Republican Party objectively? Has he taken that away? Is there any way that we can get it back? Do we need it back? Do we want it back? I think I want it back. There's no way that another Republican can become president unless he vacates the office of the president. And then second in command would be Mike Pence. So that's a tall order for now. But it's a tough situation. But it's something we gotta deal with and be real with. Sit back, relax, do your thing, and chill with. Now, I do agree that certain GOP members have made it easy for us to believe that all the Republicans have magically started to think, feel, and adopt the ideologies of Donald Trump, because during those impeachment proceedings, they made a mockery of the American public and the American judicial system by declaring that no matter what, they were standing by Trump and there was no way that they were going to vote for him to be removed. So I could understand it. I could understand if somebody said, well, if they don't think like him or feel like him, how did they co-sign that bullshit? He was clearly in violation. He clearly committed crimes, and he clearly should have been impeached, which he was, but he should have been removed from office, which he was not. So I can understand why somebody would feel that way, say that, think that way. I can't be mad at you for that. Not at all. Carol Chamberlain says, yes, people look at all of them the same because of his antics. Yeah. And it does seem like he has hijacked the Republican Party and used it for himself only. But when he says we, even during his rallies and stuff like that, he says we. He's talking about the people who follow him. He's not talking about Republicans. At least I never hear him say that. I'm not saying that he doesn't say it, but I don't hear him say that. When he says we, it normally sounds like he's talking about his people, particularly like the people that are here at my rally. I mean, think about it. When you don't like Donald Trump, they don't say that you don't like the Republican Party. They be like, he even says it. They're never Trumpers, never Trumpers. They don't say that they're never Republicans. Never Trumpers, never Trumpers. What the hell is a never Trumper? I mean, we don't like you, Donald Trump. We ain't say anything about the GOP. We already didn't like them, but for a whole different reason than we don't like you. But we really don't like you. But he acknowledges it. It's not the Republican Party that's the problem. It's me. They do me like this. Am I lying? Never Trumper. He's a never Trumper. Didn't say he was a never Republican. Never Republican. He wasn't a never GOP. Yeah, they were, like Carol Chambers says, they were covering their asses. Yeah, they were. I do find it remarkable and incredible that they seem to be scared that he's going to tweet about them and make them look bad. I'm like, y'all got to be lying. You can't be worried about that. You worry because he's going to tease you? You no, come on, y'all. Think about it. Anybody who has run for office has had smear campaigns and negative ads run about them. Not flattering stuff. Their opponents didn't talk nice about them. They talked bad about them. Any type of information, any type of negative information that was available about their opponents, they went for it. They talked about your record of things that you voted for or did or were against. They talk about your personal life. If anybody has sued you for any reason, don't let yourself have no sexual assault or assault of any kind on your record, on your criminal record. Don't let that come up. So you've had to deal with that when you have campaigned. And you worried about after you have campaigned and won, you're worried about the president of the United States saying mean things about you. I can't go for that. I know go for that. Carol Chamberlain says it all boils down to economics. She also says he has fired more people in his administration than any other president that I remember, and mostly because they disagreed with him. True story. True. But there is more to be explored about this whole topic. That's why I wanted y'all to think about it today. Think about who they are as a party and who we are as a people. Because, most black people, I mean, we're Democrats. Let me not say most black people. A lot of black people are Democrats. But that's not how we identify unless we eating off of that. Other than that, yeah, I'm a Democrat, but I ain't gonna be running around here screaming, Democrat. What the hell? They ain't feed me. I mean, shoot. Won't even give me food stamps. I gotta buy food stamps from my food stamp dealer. I gotta buy food stamps from my food stamp dealer, my Food Stamp Connect. So it is. It's a tough situation. It's a tough topic, but it's something that I want y'all to think about. I want y'all to think about this later on. Like, are we really mad? Oh, hold on. Wait. Well, are we really mad at the GOP, or are we just mad at the Republican Party? And one more thing. One thing that we have to address before we get on about it, with this whole Republican thing, the black Trump supporter is different than the white Trump supporter, because with Donald Trump's outright racial ideals, his feelings, his negative record towards race, it amazes me that you are able, as a black man or woman, to defend this man. And black people are amazing in that they do manage to do that. They do manage to represent him and to sing his praises and to really feel like he is that dude. And when you try to talk to a black Trump supporter, people like me and Carol Chamberlain, we be like, what the hell? Yo, how? This man doesn't like you. And they'll say something like, no, he's not racist. He's just misunderstood. A lot of stuff that he talks about is true. What did he ever do that was racist? And if you bring up the Central Park jogger and how he got those he took out an ad in the paper and got those black boys, sentenced to life in prison, even though they were acquitted of all, there was no evidence to convict them, and their conviction was overturned because they were proved not to have killed that lady, raped and killed that lady. No DNA. Can't fake DNA. Can't fake DNA. But that's one of the racist things that he's done. That whole wall, the borders. I mean, who are black people to say who can come in and out of this country or not? When we not even the ones that they want in here. Cal Chamberlain says, good luck with finding someone selling them today. You ain't never done lied, Cal. You ain't never done lied. Things are valuable. I know the price on food stamps about to go up. She also says, historically, the GOP was supported by blacks, and it was a different time than example, Lincoln. Yeah. Oh, it was a different time than an example, Lincoln. We were talking about that in the beginning of the show. How Lincoln didn't really like black people. He didn't really care about freeing slaves, but that was the only way that he could unite the country. It was the only way. So it happens. Carol Chamberlain says, and Giuliani, not spelled right, I know. It's all good. Actually, okay. Only thing, okay, no worry. And Giuliani waited. He was out, waited until he was out of office for them to get paid. Giuliani. It's another name you haven't heard in a while. Ever since that impeachment, no Rudy Giuliani. No Rudy Giuliani. Have y'all noticed that? Not a peep from Jules. Not a peep from Jewels. Nope. 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 Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that we understood the difference between a Republican, a white Republican, and a black Republican, because no, they're not exactly the same. For the agenda that the GOP pushes, it doesn't work for the poor. It doesn't work for the middle class. So you have to ask yourself, what is the reason that a black person could follow Donald Trump to the letter the way that they do? Because they be pledging loyalty to this dude. It's kind of sickening. You know what I mean? Like he's Michael Jackson. Okay. Oh, you seen Giuliani since? He said he's been very quiet. Yep. Yes, he has. Yes, he has. He has stood down like, you. This is not a good time. And that should say something to you about how this whole thing is going down. How come Rudy Giuliani is absent in all of this coronavirus stuff? Nobody's seen him in a minute. We about to have to go by his Facebook page and see if he posted. Make sure he ain't passed. You know what I mean? Make sure he ain't passed away or something. This is just crazy. Mad crazy. We about to get up out of here, though. We about to get on up out of here. Yes. Okay. So let's go ahead and get it popping. All right. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious March 29th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They are SPECIAL. They are number one out the box, my people. Hold on. It's my people right here. Julianne Atkins. Jewels, my girl Jules. Julie Atkins. Happy birthday to you, Jules. You know what I'm saying? That's my girl right there. You know, works in the health industry too. I wonder how she's doing. Also, Pauline Jackson turning 33 years old today. Happy birthday to you, Pauline. And Franny Fran, happy birthday to you. And Hadassah Blyden, happy birthday to you. And Hilaire Munich Manochka. Hilaire Manochka turning 34 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And Iris Cole, happy birthday to you, Iris. And Tanea Trippett turning 53 years old today. Happy birthday to you, Tanea. And Terrell Wells turning 50 years old today. Fresh out of the 40/40 club. Fresh into the half century club. And my real blood cuz, Veronica Games Monaco, turning 53 years old. Veronica Games Monaco, turning 53 years old. Happy birthday to you, Bunk. That's our family nickname for her, Bunk. And last but not least, my people's Lethea Miller. My girl, Lethea Miller. Go get her. Happy birthday to you. Go get her. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious March 29th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead, turn up, but don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, listen, y'all. Listen, I don't know where this road is gonna lead to. As far as these GOP motherfuckers following Donald Trump, I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go exactly, but this is what I do know. Whether we're talking about Republicans or whether we're talking about Democrats or whether we're talking about Donald Trump, we as Black people have to stick together and we have to take care of each other. We may not stick together. A lot of times we don't, not in the right ways, but we will bail each other out when the chips are all the way on the line. You know what I mean? When it's us against the world, when we are suffering from the hands of injustice, we will look out for each other. And I can't deny that. And even when we try to deny that, it's staring you right in your face. It's staring you right in your face. It's real. It's real. You know what I'm saying? You know it's real. So as much as I want to get this Donald Trump, this number 45 out of the way, I have to acknowledge that we have to make our own way, because no other way has been paved for us as far as being positive or decent or beneficial to us. It has never, ever been that way, but we make it that way for ourselves. Sometimes we don't, often we don't do it enough, and sometimes we're a little late doing it, but we are really all we have. We all we got. And so we have to build with our brothers and sisters. So build with them. Anything that you know, make sure that your brothers and sisters know. Any knowledge or intelligence that you have to share, make sure that they get theirs too. So it's going to be all right, y'all. We will be back tomorrow night, 7:00, for another Daily Go Getimism show. This has been the Urban Therapy with Sun show, and I want to thank y'all for rocking out with us. I really want to tell y'all that I appreciate y'all rocking out with us. You know what I mean? Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. Y'all do the damn thing. Shout out to all the people out there suffering with the coronavirus. Shout out to all my people out there quarantining and making sure they stay in and do the right thing. Shout out and my condolences to those who have lost people to the coronavirus. Shout out to you, Carol Chamberlain. Shout out to you, T. Carey Wright. Shout out to all my go-getters who are in the struggle. Shout out to all my go-getters that are in the struggle. And by the grace of God, please, none of y'all contract this disease, this illness, this virus. And if you do, please, big prayer that you recover 100%, because it doesn't have to kill you. So we all need to do what we need to do in order to keep our immune system in good tact, so we can prevent from getting it in the first place and definitely fight it off if we get it at all. All right. Love is love, man. You know what I mean? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I get back with y'all on the book for the rest of the day. And I get at y'all tomorrow night for another Daily Go Getimism show. So, in the words of Frederick Douglass,
Thank you for using Blog Talk.
Oh, wait.
Radio.
That was Dougie Fresh. Not Frederick Douglass. That was Dougie Fresh. All right, y'all, we out of here. And I holla back, man. Don't forget to like the show. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to share, subscribe, be down, make it live, share, subscribe, and like, share, like, subscribe, do the damn thing. And I holla back, holla back. Peace.